to unlearn a lot of stuff. But here we go. We're going to bring our friend on here with us today, giving me out of Vancouver. I was just up there for Web Summit, Blaine. It was absolutely
I'm
gorgeous.
looking at Vancouver Island right now.
All right, you're basically in Vancouver. Alex Filipuk is here out of Vancouver, CEO and founder of Ideal Siding, idealsiding.com. And we're going to talk about franchising, which is such a great business model for so many different entrepreneurs. Welcome to Office Hours, Alex.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Blaine. Yeah, nice to be on this show.
Of course, great having you. So, franchising to me is one of the best ways to become an entrepreneur. And but selecting the correct franchise is a difficult challenge because there's so many different opportunities, and a lot of people don't have a certain amount of capital or knowledge or experience. For you, what differentiates the siding business as a franchise comparatively, and what should people look at as a benefit to franchise siding?
Before starting Ideal Siding, I went to talk to any franchise consultant or person in franchise that I could find, and I was asking why nobody is doing franchising and siding. And I heard maybe 50 really good answers, and at some point I realized that there are a lot of good reasons why nobody's doing it. And only one person said that under particular circumstances it actually might work. And the condition number one was, do you provide any value long term? Like if you not just train someone how to do it, but why would those people stay with you and keep paying royalties? Condition number two was, which people do you want to join your franchise? What kind of people, what kind of culture you would have, that those people will be coachable, and those people will actually be the people that building the business you're proud of. And we answered those two, and that kind of allowed us to grow to 83 locations in a little over 3 years. So it's very difficult to build franchise in home services space, home improvement space. And I applaud everyone who is successful at this space.
The idea of franchising, there's people will think about it, and at least this is my experience of this. Somebody will look at buying a franchise as kind of a business in a box, and then now I'm set up and ready to go. I think oftentimes what's missing though is the reputational cachet that can come with being that small box operator in that small town, or where I may be living, and that sort of thing. And you touched on this a little bit, Alex, but the reputational component of being part of this organization, how has that served? How did you develop the marketing concept for that, number one? But secondly, how do you see that serving your franchisee as they develop their business? Putting siding up on a home, but they're doing it with a different cachet. There's something else that is behind that is providing a value.
Yeah, it's a great question. We are lucky that the space is not very competitive. Like, we don't have brands that people recognize and they say, oh, for siding, because normally people will do siding maybe twice in their lifetime, replace their siding. So, but once they start looking, we want to be that company that they're choosing. My background is computer science and finance, and I had a lead generation company. So we were the largest lead generation company in siding. And now it's easy to launch locations because we already know how to generate leads in that space. We were bringing tools that we were using for other clients in much more competitive industries to siding renovation, which is not as competitive as most other industries. And it was like bringing tanks to the battlefield with soldiers. It just was unfair advantage. And when franchisee joining us, we're not expecting homeowner to know our brand or know any brand in the industry, because average person will not know any roofing company name brand in the roofing company services, or windows or flooring. I know a lot of brands because I'm in the industry, but average person will never know. But as soon as they start searching for the company, we won't stand out and say, well, this is why you would choose us. And I think marketing is great, but as long as your product is great, this is where you win. So for us, it was, how do we engineer the product and value proposition to the homeowner that will allow us to win? And we picked three things. One is we can price match any company in any market because of our business model, because we centralize all the expensive stuff as a franchisor to in-house. The franchisee don't need to have it. Then we do exterior designs. We have exterior designers in-house. They're free for people, and normally people will pay like $2,000 for exterior design consultation, and now it's free. And then the third one is we provide 25-year workmanship warranty, because we don't train installers. We only pick the most experienced installers in each market. So imagine you're a homeowner and somebody comes in and says, you'll get the best warranty. We will walk your spouse through, because typically it's a female business. Like, men don't really care about their siding. Female do. So
That's true.
it's like we'll walk your spouse through process of choosing design, styles, everything. We'll give you the best price as well. It's hard to lose that. So we try to win on value proposition, knowing that they'll love our brand, but they probably will forget about us in a year or even in a week, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And because of that, real quickly as we finish up, marketing's different. When you're Anderson Windows, you're marketing worldwide. When you're a siding company, as a franchise, I believe your marketing efforts would be for word of mouth referrals, especially because you're one-sided decision maker. The woman is one who will refer other women in the neighborhood as well. What's the cost of the franchise, and how's the marketing budget different than a normal, CPG restaurant, auto dealer franchise model?
To launch our franchise, on average, is about 70,000, and that's it. Like, it include training, travel, everything. So we are probably we're the lowest cost franchise right now. Maybe the one that is lowest is commercial cleaning, when you actually do the cleaning.
Yeah.
But we specifically designed a model that is very, very low overhead and low entry barrier. And as a result, we can attract a lot of great people, and capital is actually not a barrier for them. And I tell people,
And
if you don't have
provide
70,000,
do you provide financing for the 70 grand?
we don't.
Okay.
They can get SBA loan, but we learned earlier that if you don't have 70,000, you might reconsider starting a business, because
Yeah.
you need to have working capital. You need to have something for marketing. You might be self-employed, but if you want to start a business where you manage people, you need a little bit of capital.
I love that. Well, we're always looking for the best models, the best opportunities, options, and touches of favor. Ideal Siding, is it in the United States or only in Canada?
Well, we have only 20 locations in Canada. The rest is in States. 63 locations in States.
Beautiful. Check it out. It sounds like a great business venture. I will tell you, with everybody's concern about AI, these types of businesses are only going to be more valuable, because as much as we love AI, it's not going to do your siding. And get on the side of success. Reach out to idealsiding.com. Alex Filipuk is the leader of this great organization, CEO and founder of Ideal Siding. Thank you so much. Enjoy the weather up there in Vancouver with Blaine. You guys are blessed.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Blaine.
Thanks, Alex.
Have a great day.